We last left off our discussion with demand. Now we'll talk about its cousin, supply. This is a supply curve. It works as follows. You have ShopRite or any other store willing to pay Snickers. We're still talking about the Snickers bar. And they're willing to pay, let's say, 50 cents to Snickers, the company Snickers, to produce 50 cents for every Snickers bar. Snickers' response is, good luck finding someone willing to produce those bars. For 50 cents, it's not worth it for us. Like I said, every company has a marginal cost to produce something. If the price they're being offered by a store or another company to produce their product does not beat their marginal cost, they're not going to produce it. It's not worth it for them. ShopRite says, oh, you're twisting our arm. And what do? They say, we'll give you $1. So now they're willing to offer $1 for every Snickers bar. Snickers' response is, now it's worth it for us. We can make some profit off it. We'll make 5 million Snicker bars for you. 5 million Snicker bars if you're willing to give us $1 for each Snicker bar. Obviously, ShopRite's going to sell it for a little bit more. We're not getting into that point right now. So now, for the price of $1, Snickers is willing to produce 5 million. What happens if ShopRite or the store would say, we'll give you $1.50? So then they'll say, we'll produce for you 10 million. What happens if the price goes to $2? Then we'll give you $2, should have been here, we'll make 15 million Snicker bars for you. What's the idea? The higher the price, the more the Snickers bar or the company, Snickers or whatever company it is willing to produce. Once again, the higher the price, the more they're willing to produce. Why is that? It's very simple. There's more profit to be made. Their game is to beat their marginal cost. Now, just like in the demand curve, there were things that could cause the curve to shift, either leftwards or rightwards. Should have erased that word price. So just like the demand curve has that, so the supply curve also shifts left and right. Now, put that on pause. What causes the supply curve to shift? Well, I've listed them over here. Prices of productive resources. That means as follows. Snickers is created through other products. The company Snickers has to pay for those products. So let's say, because I'm not a Snickers expert and I don't know what goes actually into it, let's say you have product A, B, and C that are needed to produce a Snickers bar. Product A will cost Snickers 30 cents to produce, they have to pay 30 cents to acquire that item. Product B, also 30 cents. And product C that is needed for a Snickers bar is 20 cents. Now just please look at this real quick. That's the 80 cents. So for Snickers it costs 80 cents and $1, the 20 cents is their marginal benefit. Now all of a sudden something happens and now product B, which is necessary for the Snickers bar, drops to 10 cents. So that means 30 plus 10 plus 20 is 60 cents. Now it only costs Snickers 60 cents to make a Snickers bar. Consequently, the price will drop and it'll create a shift in the supply demand. When the supply curve goes leftwards, when it shifts leftwards, so you had originally at $1.50 Snickers was willing to produce 10 million Snicker bars. Now when it goes leftwards, they are only willing to produce 5 million. That means left is bad. If the supply curve shifts leftwards, they're willing to produce less at the same price. Consequently, if it shifts rightwards at $1.50, they'll be willing to pay more. For at $1.50, they were originally willing to pay they were originally willing to supply 10 million Snicker bars. Now they're willing to supply 15 million. And it's all because of these influences which I mentioned. The price is related to goods, expected future prices. Expected future prices are what? An expected future price is this idea. Snickers is selling their bars at $1. Their experts, their analysts tell them we predict in the future, 3 months from now, we'll be able to sell Snickers for $2 a bar. So what are they going to do? They're going to decrease the amount they're producing now so that they can get to this. And when they get to $2, they'll increase it. And then I want to explain technology really quick. Is basically the idea that it works along the same thing as prices of productive resources, which is that a little different, which is that if they come up with an easier way to make the Snickers bar, which is cheaper, either they don't require as many people to work the lining machine or whatever it is, so therefore that reduces their cost to produce the Snickers bar, which creates the shift. One last point. What creates an actual movement along the supply curve? The same thing that created the movement on the demand curve, which is the price. If the price for some reason will change, with everything else remaining the same, that is what creates the movement along the supply curve. This will conclude our discussion of both supply and demand. Obviously, I did not go into much depth, just pointed out some fundamental points regarding a demand curve and the supply curve.